National Women's Year mean to you?
Well, it doesn't worry me. Doesn't have any effect, you know, I don't really think about it.
Do you? I don't take interest in women's wear, but it doesn't worry me at all. I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
I'd rather be the way I am. I like to be out of my husband's thumb.
That's right.
I reckon the man should wear the pants, you know. He should sort of be the boss in the family, you know. Sort of. Well, I'd rather him go out to work and earn the money than me go out and earn the money and look after the kids, you know. But
That's right.
I sort of just don't believe in it.
What does this National Women's Year mean to you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kadash. Right, double honors to the apostles of GMS.
That's right, double honors.
I want to see brothers doing the work in truth, while sincerity. Right, now what you saw there was a clip. Did you get the name on it?
So it's called Women Skeptical on Gender Equality 1976 Retro Focus by ABC News in depth.
Right, yeah, so that's on ABC News in depth. A channel from roughly a year ago. Right, and it's sort of like, hey, we've gone, man, you ask all of these women now, you know, the same question. Yeah. Why? Because Esau's got his witchcraft all over the world, man. Right? Now, these women were more in around 1976, but what did you have? This is what you call it. In fact, hold that, but because when I'll set down nest in the stars, among the stars, up then shall I bring thee down.
It's over there?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll look through it.
Yeah, over there 1 and 4.
Yeah, just trying to get these scriptures, man.
There, draw in, over there.
Maybe after that. Yeah. Fresh scriptures, man. Nah, it's before Malachi. So lucky I can just...
I've got it already.
You got it, yeah? Okay.
So Obadiah 1 and 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. Right? Now, what you call it? Was the Apollo mission? Whatever, I believe that was 1969.
Yep.
Right? And that's when Esau, you know, started setting his nest among the stars. And says, and thence will I bring thee down. Now, what also happened around that period, 1969, 1970, is a very pivotal year in this thing of ours, right? You read Revelation 11 and 8 speaks of 3.5 days, right, which represents the 350 years that the children of Israel were in slavery, right, from 1620 to 1970, right?
Did you get that?
That's right. I've quoted most of it, right? So that's a key point. So 1970 era. That's also when this truth really started coming to the forefront. Right, in the same year, 1969, Desmond Decker released that song "Pour Me Israelite." Right, so that's when this truth really started to come up, and that's one way Esau's being brought down. The more this truth comes up, the more Esau's being brought down. But what also started happening around 1970, when it says "bring thee down," right, which for this man's kingdom started degrading morally, man, right? So you start in 1972, you had Roe v. Wade, right, which was basically it legalized abortion, right, throughout America. Right, then you also had around late 60s or 60s period to around, you know, early 70s. I forget which one it is. You had the Stonewall, right, which is when them fish, right, the F words. That's when they started doing their little rebellion thing, right? You know, and then like you're seeing here, this is 1976, so that's that decade, that pivotal a year and decade when this, you know, Esau was starting to be brought down, and this truth is being pushed up more and more on the forefront, man. Right, slowly but surely until, you know, till you see what you have now, where it's exploded, right? What are you looking for?
Revelation 13. Just getting there now.
Okay.
Yeah. This is Revelation chapter 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And the image of the beast, and the beast is EU and NATO. It's the second leg of the Roman Empire, the system that is currently being ruled by Esau, the elites of Esau, the Edomites, the so-called white man. And one of the image of the beast is these philosophies, okay? The philosophies of this system, man, the West in a sense. And one of the philosophies is feminism.
Yeah.
Okay, and feminism is a big philosophy because, you know, most of the world's population is women. Okay, now in the West, what they've done is they've completely destroyed the minds of these women.
Yeah.
Now we gave an example through this video, and we just played you a short clip because Lord willing, they don't get clipped, you know, because of the clip.
Yeah.
But we showed you this because, you know, for brothers to check it out themselves. I think damn near every single woman on that video said the same thing. They were bunning it out, man. They weren't with feminism.
Oh, but there was that one who was kind of with it, but she was like, nah, I ain't. She was like, I ain't supporting it though. She's like, oh, women should have this, that, and the other. But then on the other hand, she's like, nah, actually, no, I ain't really on this whole women's liberation thing.
That's right. And these things were newly being. So Esau newly, he's got think tanks. He newly brings things in to the mass of the people. It's witchcraft, man. You know, pulls the wool over their eyes in a sense. And this is something that he's brought in bit by bit. Now it's full frontal.
Yeah.
Feminism, you got
I can do it on my own.
Yeah, LGBTQ. You got all these different, you know, stars out there. These women, these singers and rappers and whatever, twerking and
business women,
and all this madness. And there is an agenda, and the agenda is to take away the power from the man, to destroy the man, and specifically the Israelite man. You know. And that is part and parcel of why they've done it, man, and other financial reasons such as taxation and things like that, because women are slaves too.
That's
you know?
right.
And Edomites and the Edomites that rule this place, they want to be able to tax the women.
Yeah, and they're slaves and they're wasteful spenders.
Yeah. Part of the workforce.
Yeah. Part of the workforce. You can tax both of them.
Yeah.
Right, but hey, when would you call it? It's much more difficult when a woman says, "Oh, honey, can I have £100?" Right, oh, what would you need £100 for? I want another bag, but babe, you already got 10 bags. Oh, but I want another one. No, I'm not giving you £100 too. Fuck it, I have my own money. I'm gonna spend that £200 now on two bags or whatever, what have you. There isn't that measuring stick anymore. Yeah, which is like you're saying, that Esau wants these women to just do what they do and just spend, so he can tax them. Yeah.
Oh, women are one of the hugest consumers, man. Yeah. That everyone knows about the women's market when it comes to anything, clothing, whatever. And the things that they have are more catered for them to buy. Like, for example, if you go into a shop, let's say you go into a clothing retail shop and you got £100 with you. As a man, you might be able, with that £100, you might be able to get a decent pair of jeans and a shirt, maybe a hat or a decent coat or jacket with that £100. I mean like a decent quality one that's going to last you for like a year or two, you know? But a woman can go with £100 into a retail shop, she can buy herself about 4 tops, 2 skirts, and a dress, you know? And might have some change left over.
Exactly.
And then, you know, that's how it is, man. And that's because the market is more catered to them to spend. Even when you go to look at credit card applications, okay, when you look at one of the reasons why credit is looked at, they look at female and male genders. Okay, that's why when a credit check is done, one of the questions on there is male and female. It's a mandatory question. Why are they asking that? You know, if it's just a number, because they're more inclined to give credit to a woman because she's more inclined to spend. She's the consumer. Men are a bit more skeptical about the moves that they make when it comes to spending money. You know, that's right. And that's part and parcel of how they've destroyed. They've given more power to the woman, and they've destroyed the household. The household is. As a manager of the household, as a man, you're meant to be managing the economy of the house.
That's right. And
that's been taken away out of the man's hand, man. And these women are more in their right mind, the things that they're saying.
The women on that we just watched.
That we just watched, because one of them said, she said, the man's meant to go and work.
Yep.
She said, I'm at home looking after the kids. Why should I? I don't want to go out and work. Yep. But now you've got these women that are career women. They want to go out there with the big power suits, the power ties, and all that stuff. They're destroyed. Why the hell would you want to work? Why would you want to slave away and be an employee when you could be at home with your feet up?
Doing the best job.
Yeah, looking after the kids, looking after the house, putting on Netflix and just chilling, man. Yeah. What the fuck's wrong with that? What's wrong with you, man?
And now they've ended up in a situation where they have to work. It's no longer a choice.
Yeah.
And now they have to work.
Yeah. So now you got trapped by your own bullshit. Yeah. Believing in
the fornication.
In the devil. Yeah. Believing in these lies, man, the deceiving of the serpent.
I've got a precept for you. It says Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of our fornication.
Yeah, and it's talking about Babylon, right? Yeah, so America, man. America was on the forefront pushers of feminism, man. Okay? And, over here in England as well. And it's like, Babylon, man, that's that fornication. Now, what is that fornication? All these different countries around the world are fornicating with her philosophies. Democracy and feminism and LGBTQ and all that. And you got some countries that are leaders that are coming up straight up against it. Like, for example, homosexuality. Recently, you had I think he's the president of Zambia. I think it's Zambia.
I think he's one of them.
And he just straight up said, nah, forget homosexuality. We're not down with that. Because, what, should I just accept it because that's what people are saying? Nah, he ain't down with it, man.
Yeah.
And, he's coming up against a status quo. They might whip that guy.
Yeah.
And it might put a leader in there.
A financial hitman. Right, with all of them nations, it goes to, well, if you're going to get this aid, well, there's certain things you're going to have to do.
Yeah.
One of them is accept homosexuality. Right?
Yeah. And feminism.
Yeah.
You think them Saudi Arabians over there in Ishmael land, okay, you think that they want to, they want women to be equal to them. They don't want that, man. Okay, not over there. I think... Was it they only recently let women drive or
yeah.
Only recently. We're in 2019. They only recently let women drive in the last couple of years.
And that was basically would you call it them selling up because it was all to let these women basically to make that area more attractive to foreigners, so that foreigners could want to go there. So it's one way it's that them economics. Ultimately, so people might have an opinion, be like, no, I don't want this in my country. But ultimately, them economics come and get you, man.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to straight Esau's the devil. And, if you want to push an agenda in your country, right, he might just straight blow your country up to force that agenda on you, man. Say, oh, the gays and the women are being oppressed, so we've got to go in there and bring democracy.
Yeah.
It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine, and that wine, if you read the precept on that is Isaiah 29:9, right? It says, which is referencing philosophies, right? It says, of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yeah, man. So feminism is a big push out there, man. And that's been clouding these women's minds, making them go insane.
Yeah.
And really actually putting you in a worse state than you was in. When you had a man over you, women were happier. And one of the women actually say that.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm happy.
Yeah. And it has been studies, I don't know how no, I don't even know how legit it is, so I won't say it, man.
You got that scripture, women shall compass a man?
Oh, yeah.
I got a quick precept. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. It says, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, which is Yahweh Shai, okay, our Lord and Messiah. And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Yahweh Shai is the Most High.
Right. So in fact, no, I will say it because that's, it is in line with the scriptures, right? So what was said was basically nowadays these women are less happy, right? And the reason why I'm saying it now is because what you bring out the scriptures. No one ultimately going to be happy when they're out of order, man.
Yeah, you've got to be in order, man.
Yeah. Being in order, mate, is when you're truly happy, man, because everything is working the way it should work. While you see people that'll be stressful, guys, it's not working the way I want it to work, right? So these women, they ain't working the way they want to work, so they're unhappy, man. They're having to do laborious jobs, boring ass jobs, right? They ain't raising they're not raising children, right?
Which is what they're designed
to do. If you ain't doing what you're designed to do, then of course you ain't gonna be happy with that, man. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Genesis 2:16.
Yeah. This is Genesis chapter. It's new scriptures. It's like it, Akim. I've got these new scriptures in there a bit. I'm getting used to it. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 16. That wasn't actually what I was going to get, but I'll read that. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee, which is actually on point. Yeah, So the husband's meant to be ruling over you. Your desire as a woman is meant to be to your husband. Your husband's meant to be making the decisions, you know, and the final say. And, you know, he's the ruler, man. He's the ruler over you. He's the Lord over you, you know. And that's pursuant to what we just read in Corinthians. That's the order that the Most High created that way. The one I was looking for is a helpmeet, which I think might be in Genesis 2.
A helpmeet unto himself.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
I thought I even know how to spell that. Is it 2 words or is it 1 word? Oh yeah, Genesis 2:18.
2:18, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, Khan, this is Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. And the Lord Power said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I'll make him a help meet for him." And that's what these women are. They're meant to be helps, you know?
I've got that.
They're meant to be someone who's meant to just be there as a supporting role. The man is meant to have the main role, you know, and the woman's meant to have the supporting role.
Yeah.
And that works in unison. It's perfect because that leads. You don't want to be a lot of the things that we got to deal with in this hell because we, you know, a lot of us we ain't got women like that. And even if you do have a woman, you know, she's mostly bugged out, man.
Yeah, she's really Esau's woman, man.
That's right. And it's like the things that you don't want to think about. You don't want to think about the little things. The woman needs to just handle those things in the house.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about bigger things as a man.
Yeah.
Okay. You're thinking about, okay, I need to get out there. I need to deal with these people. I need to make this money. I need to provide for my family. I need to make sure there's a steady flow of income.
I need to make sure they ain't going off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that they're in line.
Yeah.
You know,
as much as you can get them in this world.
Yeah. If you've got children, then you need to try and make sure to the best of your ability that they're being looked after the right way and raised the right way.
Yeah. Checking what they learned at school.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Yeah.
Which this, that, and the other.
Which we're in hell, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's only so much you can do, brothers. You know, but the reason I'm saying that is because now we're in that state because we've completely been brought to that state and it's destroyed, man. And that's affecting all nations actually. You know, not so much the elites of Esau, but they got their women in order, man. But all nations are getting affected. But specifically, it's designed to take away the power from the Israelite man because if we as a nation have that family unit, so that family unit gets closer towards what? The family unit makes up the tribal unit, the neighbors, the tribal unit make up the nation, you know, and so on and so forth, man. And it's that power structure. You put a woman out of order under a man. Now you've destroyed what's the glory of a man?
Yeah.
A woman.
Yeah.
So you destroy that man, and you basically destroy that nation, you know.
And Esau and his witchcraft, right? And then this is how you know this man ain't one man to be trusted, right? In trying to get at the Israelite man, he got on his own women. Now he got a load of Edomite men catching hell, man. He got a lot of the Edomite men catching hell, right? So just on the precept you read, Sirach 36:24, he that getteth a wife beginneth possession, a help like unto himself, and the pillar of rest. Right, so like he was going into a woman supposed to be a help, she's supposed to be a comfort as well, right? But once again, because really your woman is Esau's woman, right? You know, you chat to your woman or whatever, what have you, and after a while, man, you start seeing the Esau in her, man, right? She might say something, she might say a phrase, you know, oh, I can do it all by myself. Wait, where did you hear that? You know, those are like something that Esau has put in her mind.
Yeah, women don't like to. Women feel they've got to the point where they've been basically the witchcraft has got them where they're thinking that if they show any kind of sign of femininity or needed to have support by a man or rely on a man, then then that's wrong. That's how they're made to think. Like one of the women in this video that we played, if you play the whole thing through, she actually says, you know, well, I kind of rely on my husband, you know?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. We rely on Yahweh Shai.
That's it, and that's the order.
Yeah.
We rely on Yahweh Shai. We're leaning on Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, who was he leaning on? He was leaning on the Most High.
Yeah.
And still, that's the order.
Yeah.
That's the way it is, man. And that is the natural order of how things were created by Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. Hey, when you read Genesis, more in that, basically says, what do you call it, that you should leave your, you know, cleave unto your wife and leave your house, right? So the Lord didn't make us to be alone or whatever, we were made to be a unit. So that whole concept of, oh, I can do it on my own, that's a concept of the devil, man. Yeah. So I was saying, hey, us brothers in this truth, we have each other, right? This is a network, this is a body, we're one body, we're shot, we're family, right? But for someone to be going out and straight up saying, look, I don't need anyone, you lost your mind.
Yeah, that's that singular, independent, do as thy will vibe, man. Yeah. Which, you know, that separates you from the whole connection of pretty much how the earth was meant to be. Yeah. People were meant to be connected. The scriptures say that because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Yeah. Really, you know, I'm not talking about you heathen nations. I'm talking about within Israel. You know, you meant to have your neighbor. You meant to have care for your neighbor, even their children. A stranger, as in an Israelite stranger from another tribe or whatever, another land might come sojourn with you. To treat that stranger as your family, as your brother. You know, that's the way it should be. But that's been completely destroyed. Everyone's on this independent vibe. You got, you know, these Jake women out here, and all they're thinking about is they're thinking like men. Get money, get this, do that, and that's the vibe that they're on. Okay, and they'll do anything to do that, man. And the men have become effeminized. Okay, you got the loud Jake woman who's in the forefront. You got the quiet, not even humble. You got the quiet, like a mouse, Israelite timid Israelite man at the back, you know, letting his woman speak over and you know what? That's a prophecy. You got that scripture out.
Yep, this is Jeremiah 31:22. How long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Yeah,
and to compass a man, what does that mean? When you compass, you go around, as in going around the authority, man. Okay, now when you have children, and you know, like a child you might say to a child, look, you ain't gonna do that. You're forbidden from doing that. What would they do? They might go around your authority and go to the other parent, and try and, you know, like you might be like, you ain't doing that as a father, and they might go to the mother, you know, oh, daddy said I can't do that, and of course you can do that, blah blah. Then that ends up having an argument between you and the woman. Nah, man, really, look, where I grew up, man, my grandfather's generation, all that, what the father said, that was final, man. That was the decision. The women had nothing to say about that. Yeah. You know, women ain't really meant to be all up in the forefront making decisions like that, man. The scriptures even say that a woman be silent in the churches. I suffer not a woman to teach.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, I believe it's in, I think maybe Judges, where basically what was being said was, if a woman is vowing a vow unto the Lord, right, and her father hears, if she's still living with her dad, she's not married, the father hears her vow, and the father's like, what? Nah, Lord, disannul that. Yeah. Then the Lord's going to listen to what the man said. Yeah. However, if a man vows a vow, then that's final, right?
Because that's the order.
That's the order of it.
Yeah. It's what does the scripture say? The Lord said that the flock of my pasture are men. Yeah. The Lord is dealing with the man, and through the man, the women and the children, you know, that they come second, man. That's the family unit, but it's attached to the man. This is the Lord had a patriarchal society.
That's right. And none of this matriarchy shit that's trying to be pushed on our people. Man.
Yeah, we don't talk about we don't talk about our foremothers. We talk about our forefathers.
That's right. Right. Hey, and if I can just add, just as a side note, what you call it about, you know, scriptures talk about, you know, if you vow a vow, just because we mentioned vows, vow, you best repay. So hey, don't be making no silly vows, man. Don't be making no vows you can't keep, right? You know, it's if at all possible, you know, try not to, really, right? You know, you say if you vow a vow, you have to keep that, man. Right? Hey, we came into this thing of ours, and that was vowing a vow, like we gonna be here until the end, so you best keep that.
Count the cost.
Count the cost.
Otherwise, you're gonna be a laughing stock because you didn't finish the building. Yeah. You know. I've got a scripture, and this scripture's to our women, who, you know, any women that might be scoffing at this video out there. Okay, well, you need to get in line, man. Okay, if you're watching these videos, you're a woman. You need to get in line and be pretty much onto your husband, man, and pretty much a member of the elect of Israel, man. And what does it say? It says, Micah chapter 7 verse 10. It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? mine eye shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So anyone that's scoffing at what we're saying, see, there's no one else really outspokenly coming up and say this. Now you got experts that speak against feminism, okay, but what we're saying is that the Lord that created the heavens and the earth is actually not down with that.
Yeah, which is to be feared. Who ought to be feared? Because hey, fucking night we'll say they were the God of the Bible. Yeah, okay, cool. Hey, when the Lord comes to visit the earth, you say to him, all right?
And these women are gonna get back in line in the kingdom, man. They're gonna get back in line, man. Okay. You know, I ain't saying this in the scriptures, but I remember seeing growing up, man. I remember seeing like there was women they were like 6 or 7 steps behind the man, right? And it was a thing of respect in the way that I got brought up, and you know, certain people doing that, and that's just a sign of respect to the man, because the man is the forefront. He's the main breadwinner, the main focus, man. That's who the Lord's dealing with, you know.
That's right.
Can't. So read that. Can't. So yeah, really just wanted to hit that point, man.
Yeah.
Saw the video, brother, you know.
Yeah, it was a good, it's a good video to watch. You know, Bob was just have a clip on that, see what it used to be like. You know, now the joke is some of those women, what do you call it? You know, that was 1976, so that's what 44 years ago, right? So, you know, now I'm pretty sure if they're still alive, they might have even changed their views, man. Such as the witchcraft of this man, right? You know, their own daughters more than likely won't, you know, be following to the same standards that they're in, right? And in that, you know, they themselves might not, because the daughter might be like, nah, but mom, you're just old school. And you even had one of the women there say that, but it's, oh, baby, I'm just old, or whatever, what have you, I'm old school. Right, but that's all said. It's that witchcraft, and the Lord's gonna repay Esau for that witchcraft he's put on the people, man.
Hey, the Israelite man is gonna be made a god, man.
Yeah,
that's a power. Now they talk about women's empowerment. Women ain't meant to be up there like that.
Nah.
Okay, they're gonna be put in their righteous order. They're gonna be given the right bodies, and they're gonna keep the law. The Israelite woman in the kingdom. Okay, well, the man is gonna be the power, man. He's gonna, you know, when a woman when Sarah referred to Abraham, she referred to him as Lord, other one, and that's what it's gonna go back to. It's gonna be going back to being referred to as Lord, because we're gonna be lords over you. Right now, we ain't got that, man. Okay, right now we're prisoners to our enemy. But once our enemy gets downtrodden and brought down by Yahushai's return, okay, and the Israelite man through the elect is uplifted. Then what does the scripture say in Isaiah, man? 7 women shall take hold of one man.
That's right.
You know? Because women out here, it also says a man shall be covert from the wind.
Yeah.
Like I forgot how the exact wording goes. But, a weary place and all that. So it's really the man, and specifically the elect Israelite man. Because that's the man that's going to attain the salvation, man. Right. You know? And there's certain women out there that are allotted to those men to make it through them, man, because the elect are going to have a lot of women in it, you know, a lot of women and children.
That's right. Hey, but yeah, as always, you know, Lord's what I was edifying. So next time, say, Shalom.